Recording in progress.
Okay. So yeah, so good evening everyone. So we'll be connecting to the new data set I gave us. And it's an Excel file, so we use Microsoft Excel. Right. So I'll click on Microsoft Excel. I'll go to where I downloaded the file.
Oh, yeah. Where is it? Yeah.
That's the file.
Yeah.
So in this file we have, it's an Excel file. In the Excel file we have three tables. So you can see the three tables here. So we have orders, we have people, and we have returns. So we'll be dragging the order. You know the other one. Someone has two devices on. The person should either log out or mute one, please. So we have three tables, right, in this one. So what we'll do is we'll click and drag and we'll put it on the Canva. Then it's to load. So from here, like I said, we have the field. So we have different fields here. And here, so it's the same here. So all we just do is we click on sheet one, like we did the last time. So first, one of the things, what I always like to do is I like to arrange my stuff, set it, maybe do like the hierarchy kind of thing. So for this one, we have country, we have city, we have region, we have states, and we have postcode. So we know that this is location hierarchy. So we can create an hierarchy with this. So I can come to country and click this drop down, go to create hierarchy, create. I will just name this one location. So what is under country? Most times, what do we have under country? We have, so your country, you can have either state or region. So we can have region. So region can be other. So region is next to, under region, we have states. Under states, we now have cities. And under cities, we have what? Postcode.
Hello, sir. Sorry, sir,
Yeah.
please. Good evening, sir. I don't know how you got the data.
Yeah, you get it from the chart, from this chart here.
Yes, I know. I've gotten to my sample. What did you click on for them for it to open? I'm
You
saying,
don't, yeah, so you go to, you know, from that, so let me go to like new. Or data still just, can you share your screen, please?
okay, I'm sorry.
No problem. There is no biting me. I'll phone it back. So I'm waiting for you to share. Labanji, the data set is in the chat.
Yes, I can't find it on the chart.
Okay, I will put it there again.
I keep it, so I think that is the reason.
I'll put it there again. No worries.
Sir, please just continue. My system is kind of slow. I'm trying to reboot. I don't want to waste the class time.
Okay. So okay, I'll just go ahead to. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll start again. No problem. So that you see what I did. So I'll close this. I'll just what? This one. So what I did was I came to Microsoft Excel because the file I gave you guys, an Excel file. So I'll be connecting with Excel. So I'll click on Excel. I'll go to the location of the file, this the file, and I'll open it. Then I set the file so that you can relate to what I'm showing, what I'm saying. So let me open the file on Excel. So you see on Excel now, we can see we have 3 tables: orders, returns, and people. So on Tableau now, these are the 3 tables: orders, people, and returns. So we are dealing with orders table. So we drag orders to the Canva and we drop it. Right. So we have that.
Thank you. Thank you.
So it will load everything. So when we do this, we have different fields and then the rest. So I'll just go to sheet 1. Right, and it takes us here. So the first thing I want to do is create hierarchy. I said what hierarchy we create is location hierarchy. And I said we start that with country. Or you can start with anyone. It doesn't really matter. So country, create hierarchy. I call that hierarchy what? Location. I see. So countries, and I said, if you look at Nigeria, for example, I use Nigeria as an example. We have different regions in Nigeria. Let me start. Let me go back to the the old regional system that we had. We had the south, east, and north, or the west, south, and north. So under the west now we have so many states, and under the south we have so many states, and under the north we have so many states. So we want to say, okay, the region is under country, and then we have the states under the region. Then we have the postcode under the states. Right. So yeah, we have city in between under states. So state, city, and then postcode. Like for example, Lagos State is not the city of Lagos. The city of Lagos is mostly the island and probably some part of the mainland. So if you look at maybe like Ogun State now, they say Abeokuta is a city. Abeokuta is just a portion of Ogun State, and so on and so forth like that. So another hierarchy that you might want to create here can be category, category and subcategory. So we can see the category of products and the subcategory. So it can be under hierarchy again. So we can create another hierarchy. Now let me see. So category can be under hierarchy. What we just say, maybe I'll probably change that name, but I just use product for now. Most likely change it. Let's see. Then we'll put subcategory under that. So we have for the products that we have 2 categories. We have the main category and we have the subcategory. I want to see what segment is. Let's see. What segments? Okay, now we have different segments. So that's different. So that's customer. So we have like the customer segments, the office segments, and the corporate segment. So this is the segment of like items that are being sold. So that's another. So who can tell me where the segments will fall? Like in terms of hierarchy, if you are going to create an hierarchy for categories and subcategory, where do you want to put segments? Is it under subcategory or before category, or in between category and subcategory? Oh, but stop it.
Please, can you come again with your question, please?
So now that we have this category, we have created a category now. We say we have created an hierarchy here now, and we have one category, and we have subcategories. So maybe like, for example, a category based off what we have here. One of the categories here is furniture. We have office supply and so on. And then we have segments. So for segments, we have customer segments, we have corporate segments, and home office segment. Yeah, those are the three segments that we have. So where do you think these segments will fall under? Like in the hierarchy. Can we combine those hierarchies?
It
I
will,
think
it will be before the category.
Okay. So just put it above the category. But yeah, if we look at here, up here in location, we have country. You can see the geographical sign there. But here is showing that is not what do you call it, a geographical stuff. So we have to change this to
Text.
yeah. So we have to change this to a geographical what's it called data. So a geographical data type. So to do that, we'll just click on the drop down here and we change the data type. So it's geographical role. But if you come here, if you click on region, it's going to mess with everything. So what we are going to do is we are going to create this region, this geographical region from the states. So like, what are we doing now? Like the state of we are saying that you should go in and categorize all the states under different geographical based on you should create geographical location based on the states. Right. That's what we're asking you to do. So if you come here, click on states, it will do that. So what else do we have here? So we have the years, we have phone number, we have product ID, product name. Okay, so yeah. So and then here we have discount, profit, quantity, sales, and then the rest. So the first thing I want to create is maybe map. A map, maybe showing maybe map showing say maybe sales distribution. So in distribution of sales across, so can someone please put the Excel in what do you call it in the Telegram, please, so that whoever is just joining, you just pick it up from Telegram. I'll be using this data for a while, so let's just make sure we have the data. So okay, so when we have this, what do we want to do? We want to now do the geographical location. If I click on this and bring this to drop this here, it will generate the map, right? And then it puts in a like it's showing that this is United States, the country. Now if I click on this, it's showing the region. And if I click on this, it's showing the states. And if I click on this again, it's showing the cities. And if I do one more click, it will show us the postcodes. But if I cancel everything out, it's showing country. So now we want to see the region. Now it's showing the region, but it's just showing just one sign. So it's using what they call it, it's using the circle to show it the thing. But we can also use map. So if you click on map, right? You know what he did was we used the automatic, so the automatic will just pick a point. He's saying that the best thing to describe this is with the point. So it's using point. So if you use map, what does it do? It shows it maps out everything, right? But everything is the same color, right? So if you want to play with the color, just stop that. Sorry about my daughter. So we have we have the same color, right? But you know, in the last class we talked about what we use this max card for. We can use to change the pattern, the color pattern of each and every one. So what we just do is we'll bring in region, drop it on the color, and what does it do? It assigns color to the different location. And what we can also do is we can bring region and label it. We put it on label, and it will label each region. So you see, that's put the name of each region on the location. So one way we can also come and click on color and edit the color. To edit the color, so if for example you have a preferred uh, color pattern, you can come and pick any of all these color pattern, the traffic light, and we say, okay, this guy wants to make it green. This guy wants to make it maybe this red. This one wants to make it this color, and this one you click on it and you allocate the color to it. So I'm clicking on it and allocating colors. So you see, and I apply. You see, to change the colors to what I've chosen. Right, so that's how to edit that. Then we did, you know, you can also edit like, you know, the text and everything in relation to this. But one way, you know, I'm saying like we want to do like the sales distribution in terms of region. So if, for example, I want to show the sales here now, all I'll just bring is drag sales and put it on label, and it shows it. Now this is me showing it in terms of text and this kind of visualization. There's other visualization I can create. I will duplicate this. Now, this other visualization I can create is this. Instead of using these colors like this, I can say I want to use the shapes. Now, I would say I pick shape. Rather than putting region on color, I don't need the color. What I need is I put the shape, and maybe I want to decide what shape do I use. Yeah, use shape. What shape do I use? Do I have a preferred shape? If it's this shape I want, box, or this one I want, or this one that I want, I can just pick this. Now, you see that the shape is still, everything is the same. But what I can do is I can use the size of the shape to kind of like do the distribution of sales. So if I bring sales here and place it on size, it will change the sizes of these things, of these shapes. And what I can do is I can meddle with the size. I'll click on sizing and I'll adjust it. So I can adjust it and then, you know, now put sales on label. But if, for example, rather than, because this is already showing sales, the label is already showing sales, maybe I want to do something different entirely. Say, okay, let's say maybe I just want to show the sales, and then I want, instead of showing sales in terms of label, I want to show profit in terms of label. I'll put profit on the label, and it labels the profit. Okay, this is the sales and this is the profit. That kind of thing. So you can do that in relation to that. So this is maybe like an example of like doing something with, you know, showing the with a map, showing the region. Of course, it's not mapped out. So if, for example, I want to do something like this, I would rather do something like this. Or what I can do is I can hold on to control and click this latitude and drag and drop it by the side. Then it creates two. So it has created two of these maps. And what I want to do is on the side too, we can see that it has created three marks. So this lower max card is for the lower map. This second one is for the one on top, and this one is for every. So if you make an adjustment here, it affects everything. if you make an adjustment here, it affects only the lower one. So let's say, for example, I remove sales from here, and I remove this from region, and I change this to color, I'll be to shapes. You see, it's only affecting this, the lower one, and I change the shape to maybe a circle. You can see it's still only affecting the lower one. And I come here, I change the color to say like black. You see, it's only affecting the lower one. I put profit in size. You see, it's only affecting the lower one. And I now adjust this. You see, it's affecting only the lower. So it has shown the profit of this. So what I want to do is I want to superimpose this on this. So I can come to this map here. I can say what? I can say that what that I can come to this map down here, sorry. I can come to this map down here, just drop down and say what? You should dualize it. Now you should put one over the other one. So if I dualize, you see what it has done? It has brought this and placed it on this. You know, and you can still further, adjust it however you want to. You get. So now it's showing the profit, right? It's showing the profit of each region, and then it's also mapping out the region in terms of color, right? So that's and one other thing that you can also do is you can see the state, you can see it, you can see the states. But if, for example, you want to adjust that color, that has to do with the opacity of the color, this opacity. So if I make it maximum, you see, you will not even see anything on that. So it just blurs everything out. So this is like a regional map showing profits and also the sales because the sales is in detail, so it's showing the sales also, the profit and sales, right? So so a map can be done in different ways. Today's class will be I would run through, and then maybe if you have any question, then you can ask me. We'll try to be fast today. So I would close down. So I'll just keep this one. So so this is one visualization. So that we have done with map, and then you can do so many other things. In terms of, let's just say maybe I want to do quantity of the sales. Maybe that's what I want to show, that you see the quantity of sales. You can see I put it in there too. So you can show so many things. So so I'll go there to create another chart. Now one of the charts we created, let's say we want to find out sales per category or sales per segment. We can find out different. So sales per segment. So we can put the segment on the row and then say the sales. So we have different segments and we can have the sales per segment. You can also have the sales per category. So now in terms of segment now, like you see, so we have like so you see this is what this hierarchy is good for. So we have created an hierarchy that has shown, okay, segment, category, then subcategory. So if I close it up, I have the segments. So this is sales in terms of segments, and this is what? This is a bar chart. But you can also have like a pie chart. You can also have a pie chart that you can use to create this kind of thing. But okay, so I would show us how to go about the pie chart, but not just now, right? So okay, so let's deal with the bar chart first. Then we'll look at the pie chart. So let's say, for example, now pie chart. You don't want to use pie chart. The reason why pie chart you don't want to use for comparison, like little comparison, like maybe comparison of like 2, 3, or 4 variables. If it's more than 4, it won't really make sense because you will not really see it. So it's better to use another like visualization. So whatever you want to show, whatever you want to show to your stakeholders determines the kind of visualization you use. Or better still, if they already have visualization and they use already. So yeah, so that's in regards to that. So if, for example, now for the segment, they have like so we have this, then we can we can edit this in different ways. You can have it in different ways. You can have it in this way, the other way, however you want it. If, for example, say for example, I create. Okay, let me see what should I do? So let us assume that we want to determine which let's assume we want to determine which segment is, say, performing, in the sense of, let us assume that they are saying that which segment is performing below average, below the average of the total sales per segment. So let us say in relation to all the segments, which segment is performing below the average. So first, that means that do you understand what I'm trying to ask? Answer me. So, like, if you understand what I'm trying to ask you.
Yes,
Is
you
it like,
said which segment is below the average.
yeah, what I'm saying is this. So you see, we have three segments: customer, corporate, and office and home office, right? So if maybe, for example, the company is trying to find the sales company is trying to find out, okay, which of these segments is performing below the average of the three segments, below the average of sales of the three segments. How do we go about that?
Guess we get a line graph that will show you. I don't know.
I kind of like giving the answer. So first, we want to find out the average of the sales in relation to these three segments. Do you get?
Okay.
So maybe like, so if I would create, let's say I'll create say average. I'm creating a calculation field. I think I showed us this or last time, or I didn't. So yeah, so you can create the calculation field by clicking up here, the drop down here, and you click create calculation field, or you just come. I can come to sales here and just say create calculation, because I'm using sales, so I can just go to sales. So I'm saying so sales. So I'm looking for the average. I'm looking for average sales per segment. So that will be divided by the count of what the segment, but not count. It will be count distance. So of the segment. So that will be definitely like, what's this? So okay, sum of sales. So it will be sum of sales Sum of the sales, sum of all the sales divided by the count distance. So count of segments, but the distance count. So that would be like sum of sales divided by 3, right? So if I put okay, so that will give me the average. And I can put this there. Try to see how I can. There is no that. That's 40. So what I want to do is okay. So what I want to do is I want to thinking I should talk the time. Okay, so I was thinking that I would mark okay. So what I'm thinking of, okay. So the average of this is so you can see from this 3 that the average of this stuff is 765 for this for these 3. So what I want to try to do is I was thinking of maybe superimposing that on this to show like something like say, okay, say let us assume that I wanted to um put I wanted to show these sales with the profits of sales like I did for the map earlier on. So what I want to show is I want to change this one to to a Gantt bar chart, something like this, and superimpose them so that you can look at okay the ones that are above average and the ones that are below average. Like so if I superimpose this, make it a dual axis, of course they are not the same stuff, so I need to synchronize it. So I need to synchronize the axis. So when I synchronize it now, it shows the profit right underneath. So I can kind of let me adjust this height of this and probably the color. use so I kind of like with this I have the sales, but what I want to now, what I was trying to show with the other one, I want the average to I want to plot the customer corporate and own with the average. But I don't know why it's not allowing me to do that, because this value is supposed to be the same across. So what I'm trying to say in essence is this: rather than having like sales and profits, all I'll do is I'll have the average sales on the bar. But I'll probably think of another way to do that. But this will definitely not work for it because I tried it earlier on. So this is like, so now what I did was I superimposed, just like I did the map earlier on, I superimposed this, and what I now did was I now synchronized it and made everything the same. So I can
the same
just
skill.
the same skill. So I can just remove one of the skill. You get. So I can just remove one of these and then they are fine. So you can easily see, okay, that this, but it does not necessarily mean, okay, this one is giving you like the most profit, but it doesn't necessarily mean is probably, because see the amount of sales that they're making in relation to the profit. You know, it may be something that you want to look at. And like there are so many ways to look at that, because we can also see this item, like, we have something like that has to do with discount and so many things. So we can have this bar chart, the same bar chart for different things. Like this segments, you can have the category. So based off the category, you can see that furniture is performing what furniture is performing low here. And we can see that technology is doing is like the most, is performing the most. And you can still, we can still break it down further. And then we can now see the ones that actually lose. Stop that. You can see the ones that are losing money. Right here. You can see the ones that are losing money. So under the different segment. So this is based off this. This is something that you can, something that we can look at. Now I will just let me see quickly. I'll come back to this. So for the show me here, it's saying that for pie chart now, it's saying that you need one dimension for one or two measures. So, but okay, so if you see, so one dimension could be the segment, just like I said earlier on, and the one, stop that. The one sales could be this. The one measure could be the sales, right? But the question is, how do you come about this? So I want to show you, right, without the show me, right? So what you want to do is you come to pie chart, you click on pie chart. Then say the angle. So the segment is going to be on DP. Okay. The segment will be on detail, and then we can use this. Then we can put the segment on color. This segment. So it brings me to color. Do we all understand what I just did now? So you can have, so basically I'm trying to show you how a pie chart is being built rather than going through that process that you went through. So first, to build a pie chart, you need, for you to build a pie chart, you need angles, right? So let us say I put the pie chart, right? I have the angles, so I explain it well to you guys. Please just give me a moment. Okay, so a pie chart will have angle. So what is the angle of the pie? What makes the angle of the pie chart is the quantity of what you want to what you say. For example, in this case, it's probably the sales or the profit or the quantity. So it's the measure. So it's the quantity of what you want to quantify there based off. So we'll put that. So let us say, for example, you're using quantity now, put quantity on the angle. So quantity will show like the different angles. So then, okay, the quantity for, maybe we have 3 people and they have a particular portion of the money. So maybe the money is supposed to be shared in ratio of 5 to 3 to 2. So the person with 5 will have a different angle from the person with 3 and the rest. So if you want to say that's relation to maybe like percentage. So the angle is like your percentage or something. So if you put the quantity on, so that's the angle. So but what we want to also have in this is in the detail, we want to add what we want to quantify, what we want to, the segments of the pie chart. We want to have that. So and for that one is we are saying segment, we are using segments. So segments will be what on detail. So it's already showing us that okay, in the detail, this is, you can see before I put the detail, it shows just the football. Once I put this in detail, it shows the 3 dimension. So it's about, I'm trying to explain to you the pie chart so that you really understand it very well. So when you have that, so now because it's the same color, you cannot differentiate, right? Just by visualization. So you need to give them different colors. So you put segment on what? On color, and then you can see it. Then you can now adjust the size. Like that, and you can adjust the size. You can make center, and you can give me a moment, please. And then you can come to this place and change it. You can put the entire view. You can fit with width, or change the the standard, and then the rest. So yeah, so if I put it to fit now, if I put it to fit height, or maybe put it to fit view, entire view, I can adjust this, and then and then do my thing. So it doesn't really matter where you put it. At the end of the day, you're still taking it to the dashboard. So now just show us a little trick quickly now. So if, for example, I wanted to do a donut chart, because a donut chart is not easy It's not an easy thing to do on here. So what I would do is I'll create. Let me see if I can. So what I'll do, I'll create the measure. I'll create the calculation field. I'll just call it 0. So let's see, and I bring that 0 in here, right? Okay. So just like I've done earlier on, that I've done is in pie chart, so, and it's on 0. So it has given me 3 different segments I want. And what do? I duplicate this. So you see I have 2, right? Now, the one below, I make that one white. And I make the boundaries, but I don't even need to make the boundaries anything. I just make it white, right? And this one, right, the one on top, what do? I put, the quantity in the angle. So you can see. Then I can remove so I put the quantity in the angle. Okay, so just hold on. So I put the quantity in the angle, and then I put the segment on the column. And what do? I synchronize them. I do the dual axis thingy rather. Then what I do is I adjust the width of this, the size. Then let me bring it to the center view. So that I'll just show you. Then I adjust the size together. So I've adjusted the size together just to show us. Now reduce this one. So yeah, so we have something like this. So this is the pie chart of that. So what I can do is now I can now label, label the thing. So I can take quantity, label. Okay, it's doing both. So I'll just label one. I'll label the one in between. Yeah, so quantity, label it. So that's the quantity. So if you want it in percentage, you can just come to the label. See, this is the label. What do you sum? What do you tell it to do? To the calculation. So let's say percentage of total. And you can edit that. You can format it if you don't want, decimal place. So we'll come to sum of total, then we'll come to percentage, decimal place, you remove it, and that's it. So this is that as regards to batch donut, and this is the other one. So this one, all you just need to do here is just put the sum of quantity on label. And if you want to do a calculation, you click on this drop down. You see, this is text label T. So you click the drop down here, you come to quick calculation and you see percentage of total. And then you get that. And you do the same format that I talked about earlier. The same format that I talked about. You come to this percentage of total here. And you change the percentage here to what? To 0. And voila, you have that. So that's that. I don't know if you have any questions so far. Do you have any questions so far? So we can do this. We can similarly do this for the category. You can have that category, and this for like an advanced class. You can even have this category showing, like if you come to this one, if I click on this, it will bring out the store category. So under this segment, it can bring out the categories under the segment. Under the segment, just bring out categories. Rather than, you know how you can have like, let me say, you know how in Excel you can have pie of pie. So you can do a pie of pie in this also, but I will not be, I won't be teaching you the pie of pie. Oh yeah. So that's this as regards to this. Then so I've shown us the dual axis. I've shown us how to synchronize. I've shown us the pie chart and the donut chart. I've shown us the map. We can also look at, say, another type of visualization. We can look at the scatter plot. So let us assume that we want to plot, we want to find, we want to see the relation of sales and
Excuse me, Mr. Ayo.
yeah.
Sorry, can I quickly ask something?
Okay.
You did one calculation earlier where you said let's do the calculation to be equal to 0.
You say what?
There was a calculation you did that you said let's let the calculation be equal to 0.
Yeah, I just put 0. It's not a calculation. I just wrote 0 there. So what I did was, what I was trying to do is this, right? So let me show you the calculation now. So edit. There are different ways of doing what do you call it? There are different ways of doing a donut chart. So I'm just trying to manipulate the application to be able to do this. So the donut chart, we don't have the donut chart like normal, like other. You can see we don't have the donut chart. It's not necessarily available. So you have to find a way to do it. So the way to do it for me is to first create an empty chart. And that's why I created the calculation field that is equal to 0. So I just put 0 there. Do you understand? So first, I first done a 0 calculation field. Now there's nothing there in the calculation field. So what I did was I now created another, and I used to create, and I dualized it. On the other one, on the other one, I now included what I wanted to actually do. Do you get? That's the quantity.
Okay, I just wanted to know the essence of the
that's why I did that.
Oh.
Yeah. So you can have just like there are different ways to combine these things. So that's one. So yeah, I'm trying to see. So yeah, so I'll just show us the scatter plot quickly, and then okay. So we have the sales. Say I put the sales here, for example, and then sales. You know scatter plot. You use scatter plot mainly when you want to plot two measures. We are plotting two measures or more than two measures. So I will show us what I mean. So now you have these sales there, and you have the what profit there. So naturally, when you put this on this, what Tableau does for you is does the sum. So that's why it has created just one point. So you see, sum of sales, that's the point of sum of sales, and sum of profit, that's the point. So it has marked it on our graph. But what we want to do is the scatter plot. We want to know all the spots of sales and all the spots of profit. That's what you are looking for. So I'll come to this analysis here, and I would uncheck these aggregate measures. so that it doesn't aggregate it for me. So when I uncheck it, what has it done? It has done the scatter plot for all the transactions, for all the transaction in the data. So I can change, I can come here because it's using shape. It automatically choose shape for us, which is the best thing to choose. But maybe not the type of shape I want to use. Maybe I want to change it to the star. So you see, I can see the shape. So I can see like, so with this, you can start using, I don't know whether, so we have what they call analytics here. So with this, we can start using analytics to kind of like, maybe if we have like a threshold line for sales and we have like all those kind of things, we can start marking it. So we can see like the things that actually, this is profit. So we can, this is profit and this is sales. So we can see the things that are below sales. You see, like below profit, so we can see a lot of products are, a lot of sales are the below profit, they are losing. So you can see like minus, 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 though they are selling, but you see minus, minus, minus. There's like, so we can have this reference line, but I will kind of like show us that one later. We can also have, what do you call it, like the trend line. So if I drag this trend line now, for example, and I put it on this linear, so it kind of like shows, so I can see which one of it best fits the description of what is happening here. I'm trying different ones, so I'm showing you. Which best fits the description of what is going here. Like, so, it's something like you can like find a trend line for that. So we have different, and it could also be like, oh, you are looking for like a reference line. So this is trend line, or maybe it could be like, maybe you are looking for, you want to do like a reference line, show maybe on the table, or on sales or on profit. So if it's on sales now, maybe you have a reference line for sales, and you say, okay, this is your reference line, and what it's doing is average value for sales. And you're saying no, that you want, okay, maybe maximum value for sales. This is showing the maximum value. But if you want to actually compute, use a parameter. I've not taught parameter, so I will not like discuss that one in class here. So I will still discuss parameter. So if I want to create a parameter, I mean, I'm in the parameter, I'm telling you that, okay. So let us say I say create new parameter. In the parameter, I'm telling you that, okay, I want or because I not set it, did I set pounds? Did I set naira? I just put it automatic. So, like for example, if I current value, if I want a certain value, let us say I want, let us say 4K to get, and I say okay. You can see now the parameter has come to 4,000. So it's saying that, okay, this bar, set this bar for sales, any one below. So here I can do so many things with this parameter to change the color, that everything underneath this parameter should be red and everything under this parameter should be green. It should go, the sales here should go. So these are kind of like, I'm just showing us what we can do with this at the moment. I'm not doing it yet. Are you understanding? I'm not doing it because a lot of things to come into place. I have to be doing like, I have to do like, create a set and so many other things. Create a parameter, create a set, and things like that. I'm not ready to teach that just yet. So that's this as regards to that. Like I said, you can play around with so many we can play around with. Let's see. This is the so bullets. What you can, this is the bullets. I don't really, I've never really used this bullet, but I've created a bullet before. Just please give me like 3 to 5 minutes, please. So like I was saying, so I've never really used this before, but there's you can create like the bullet, so one or more dimensions. So let's see if we so let's see if let's say for example I put segment here. So yeah, so what it has done here is it has merged the sales with the profit. So this is this is the profit, right? And this is the salesman. Do we kind of like get this? So you can also do this by yourself. You can also do this by yourself. So it's like a you can also do this like do this by yourself. It's a combination of dual and so many other things. So like I said, there is the show me. The show me can work for you. Also, there's some kind of visualization that you create by yourself, right? So I don't know if you have any question so far on uh, maps, bar chart, sheet, the pie chart, or the pie chart, or the let me go back. So just so or the scatter plot. We don't have any question.
I have a question.
Okay.
Now that you have shown those scattered plots, can we also plot something like clusters on the
This,
graph?
this is a cluster, the scatter plot.
Sorry?
This is a type of cluster. Is the scatter plot.
Yes, I know. So if we can plot one that has like okay, I think that would be depending on the data.
Yeah.
Show like clusters of different, like the way these ones are concentrated in one side, maybe another concentration on another part of the graph. Does that depend on the data or on the plotting?
No, this kind of cluster, this kind of scatter would I'm trying to understand what you're asking me. So so this kind of scatter plot is dealing with two variables, right? There's a way that you can include a third variable in this, but is subject to something else. So we have to use some other things to bring in a third variable, and that's what I was trying to explain to you. We have to use set. So if you want to bring a third variable, we use set to link this variable and bring a third variable into this.
So what will is it possible to just describe what the outcome will look like, what the visualization will look like?
Okay, so it's going to be colors. So now let us say, for example, I have I have given you an assignment to give me the list of transactions that made a certain amount of sales and a certain amount of profit. That means you have to create a parameter for that. Now, even with that amount of sales and amount of profit, the product has to be, let us say I tell you that the product has to be maybe a technology product. That's another additional variable. So it can fall under that category. There are some things that fall under that category that will not be technology. Are you understanding me? So
Yeah.
now, in that case, I would using color to differentiate. But that's in relation to that. It could be anything. So that's what I can do in this. And also with this, I can also do like a prediction, like to actually maybe like a regression or correlation kind of stuff. I can get like an equation based off what I was showing you here. All these trend lines, you can use it to get like an equation. So if you add the trend line to it, this trend line, they have equation, right? So they have like equation and stuff. So you can also create what do you
I think that cluster you have now
this
is,
one.
yes,
This
it's
is what you
kind
are
of
saying.
showing what I meant.
This one, this
Um,
is this is like what that I'm trying to tell you is that this is automatic. So the kind of cluster that the kind of cluster that you want to create is the kind of cluster that you have been informed to do. Say for example,
yes, I understand.
yeah.
So
So
this color now,
yeah.
sorry, these colors now, different colors that you gave now, is
Mhm.
it based on different segments or different categories?
Yeah, there is probably this is automatic, so it's probably doing it based off something. I don't know what it's doing it based off right now. I
Okay,
can't
it's
tell you that I know.
automatic. Okay.
Yeah, I can't tell you that I know what it's doing it based off.
Okay, so at the question I'm asking, I think I've gotten a lead on it. I
Yeah,
think it depends on the data you're working with.
working
Because
with.
I was looking at
No,
some.
no, not the data you are working with. It depends on what they ask you to do. Every
Yes,
data they must
I
ask
am.
you.
Sorry, continue.
Yeah, yeah. So you must ask you to do something. So what I think from this one, what I think the thing has drawn the cluster is like he has drawn like maybe a line all the way down because I can see he's speaking profit and sales. He's speaking profit and sales. I, I can't really see the pattern in this. So yeah, so and if you look at it like the color here, if you come to the color that I picked down, these are the clusters that it has picked. I don't know on what grounds, it did that. So I don't know on what grounds it picked the clusters. So and yeah, so that's that. So but you can do your own like proper, you can do yours and you can use this reference line, you can use the um what's it called, even you can use the reference line, you can use the um,
Well, okay, but I think
So,
I don't know, but I think from what Adol is asking, it has to do with the data because this data, if we are looking for this profit and sales thing, will definitely give us this pattern. Although I don't see any pattern or correlation, will definitely give us this. But if we have a different data, probably or looking for something else using this data, it may probably look different.
so
uh,
for example, is it possible for us to look at um segment or where do we have 1 minute? Where we had the furniture or categories. Is it possible for us to plot categories against cities or region using clusters?
no, clusters can only work with measures, right? So if you are doing a scatter plot now, it's only measures. So you can see these two things here, they are green, right? So if, for example, so it must be a measure. So it's just like when you are doing how would I put it? Can you plot, if we say for example, let me just show you what I mean. So now you see this segment now is more like a dimension, it's more like a qualitative data. So it's like you are saying I should plot your name against my name. You can't do that. Do you understand? But you can't do that. But what you can do is you can convert my name into, you can count my name. Like say, for example, I can count the amount of names on the name list, but I cannot plot them against one another. All I can do is count them. So there are some things that you can do. There are some ways that you can convert dimension into measures. Like for example, when I was going to do that calculation here, yeah, I did look at, so if you look at this calculation, I did it. So I said what? I said you should count this segment. So what it has done, what I'm kind of like doing here is converting this segment into measures. So I've gone to count it. So when I count it, it's giving me value. It's giving me value in quantity. Do you understand? So I can't plot map. I can't quantify. I can't use map to do the scatter plot.
Okay, now I get it. I think I understand what you mean. So I think what you meant, what I'm asking for, we will need a third criteria to measure. So it's looking like getting the categories, this quantity, the sales of category of each categories in a particular region.
I'm missing it. So now what I'm saying is
Really?
okay. Is someone saying something?
No, so if we're adding the third category using that you said we need something to add, is it still going to be a measure or it can be value?
So what you can do is this. So what you can use measure for, like there are so many places where, okay, I'll just so I can clarify better. So if we are bringing a third stuff in this, it depends. It depends on what you want to bring. It can be quantity, it can be in dimension. Do you understand? It can be in quantity and it can be in dimension. I can bring a third quantity into this, and I can bring a third dimension into this. The dimension could be that, okay, I'm trying to look for the things that fall into a certain, a certain, but most times when you are dealing with this, you want to always deal with quantity, because dealing with dimension in this is tricky, in the sense that, okay, I can say, okay, only if, for example, I already know that that item, or I already know, but most times it's tricky. So if you are doing is mostly is what you call is measure that you deal with on scatter plot. Let's say, for example, now I'm using average. So I want to use the average. I'm trying to think of what I can. There are better data to show you what I'm talking about. And then when I want to show you, I'll use the better data to show you what I'm talking about.
Okay, I think we should just
Excuse me, Deji.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, excuse me, Deji.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask this scatter plot.
Yeah.
Can we give it an interpretation, or what interpretation can we make out of it exactly? What interpretation can we make out of this?
What's the point here? Okay, so I did this scatter plot. This scatter plot. What interpretation you can make from this is looking at it. I won't use it to create. I will use this to make an interpretation. But what I'll use this to show is I can tell you that, like for example, I can tell you that that you are making a certain amount of profit. But I can now visualize, I can show you like, okay, barely you can see the number. So you can say there are some that you can count. So you can say 1, 2, 3, 4. So we see this. Now we have let's say for example, I drew a band. Now I drew a band of let me just see. Let me see if I can do that so that you kind of like get what I'm saying. So if I draw a band on profit, right? So what can I use? Okay. So okay. So you see this maximum, this is the maximum profit. So it has drawn a band of my maximum, right? So let us assume that I have a particular value that they are saying that okay, the cutoff for I want to know the products or the sales that or the what this is profit by sales. So we are talking of individual product. So it's giving you the plot of an individual product profit and sales. So it's saying sales by profit on an individual product. Now, I'm saying that, okay, go and how many products are doing above the profit are doing above 2K? Maybe this thing comes down to 2K because I need to do parameter for this. That's why it's giving me this kind of headache. So from this, I can show you that, okay, barely 10 or 20 of these products are doing above 2K. You can show it physically. Of course, you would have a better place to show this visualization, but you're showing it physically. Now, if you also want to kind of like do a prediction with trends, if for example, I add this trend to this, there is a formula, it comes with a formula. Can we see the formula?
Yes.
So these are things that you can, that you can do with it. But so I can show you physically. So if I show that physically, I can change the color of the ones that fall into this category in a certain color. Say maybe this one red, this one, the ones that, or maybe for example, I say all the products, or maybe
The
I
ones
say,
that are below to be red.
or the ones that are below to be red, the ones that are above to be.
Yeah.
It's just a
To be
visualization
Please, can
to
you
be
just
great.
show us how to do
I would like to show you now, but I can't show you now because that's
it?
a different class.
We'll still have to do it.
You
okay.
still have to do that. So if, for example, I want to show you that every profit, all the profit that do, all the products that do well should be, that are making profit should be green. And all the product that are not making money, that are losing money should be red. I can do that. Are you understanding with this visualization?
Okay. Okay.
So this is something like that this can show you. The visualization can show. And you can also use to map out the clusters, like we said.
Okay, so Ayo, I have another question.
Okay.
Just to follow up with what Babajide asked.
No problem.
So, if I am asked to interpret this, initially I would have said, okay, there's a linear or there's a growth, or there's a trend of growth in the data. It shows that there is growth in the business or something.
No.
But then
Let me
this
hold on before you go further. You see that there is no time series here, there's no timeline.
okay,
So this product now, you see, this product that is down here, it might be the latest product. This
might
one
be the latest one, okay.
can be 10 years ago. We don't know
Mm.
that.
Oh,
So there's
So
no
there's
timeline here.
no time,
oh yes.
no
Okay, but the
parameters
question I even
showing.
wanted to ask was the one that is totally off. This one that is totally off, down, negative, down.
This one.
No, in front, yes.
This, okay, let me explain to you.
Would
So
you treat that one as an outlier, or it's just the same description of we don't know when sales happened?
the way you are looking at this, you are looking at it like you are looking at it like your project, like your MSc project, or your PhD project, your DSc project, one of them. No, that's not. Just this has nothing to do with. Yeah, I get what you mean. Like, okay, so if you look at the sales here, this is sales, this is profit. So your y-axis is the profit, the x-axis is the sales. So you see this product, the sales is very high, but the profit is low. This one too, but of course it doesn't correlate with others. So if you are going to do like all this kind of analysis, this one is out of, it's out of place. You will not be considering this one, right? But that's in relation to that. But that is not what we are talking about today. What you are trying to see is you can go there and find out why this product is like this. This product is like this most likely because the sales is very high. The cost of the product is high. It's probably going to be a furniture or a technology equipment.
Is there
But
nothing to show
could it also be possible that
brand
is
is?
a wrong data?
No, it's not a wrong data. So you can check the category, I think. So if I put category now and I put on label, it will tell you the category. So you see it's technology. So you see the ones that are technology, but you can't do that, you see everywhere will be messed up. So you can't do something like that. So it's just to show you, so this is
okay.
this but the reason why it's down here is because it's losing money. You get, it's losing money. That's why. So this one is also, we saw that it's technology also, but you're making profit from it. But also the sales is very high. So they are also, so yeah, so in relation to these things, there's also the there are also some other factors that are related to it. So don't look too much into that kind of analysis. You not be doing, I don't think you'll be doing that kind of analysis. You get. So it's just the basic visualizations that you'll be doing. I think I saved. So what I wanted to what I wanted to show us um is in this is, if I close this now, we notice that furniture is losing money. Furniture is losing money. The question is, why is furniture losing money? Why? You want to know why furniture is losing money. There is, if you look at it also, see furniture is losing. If you now look at what products in furniture is losing money, you can come and check.
Can help us with further identification of some of the products.
Yeah. So we see bookcases is losing money, table is losing money. Under office, supplies losing money. Under corporate, you see tables is losing money. In fact, table is losing a lot of money. Table is losing money. So it's table that is even losing the most money. I want to find out why it is losing money. So there are other ways to find out why it's losing money. You can guess one of the ways to find out why it's losing money. Okay, let me give you one expo. If you look through this list, what thing do you think can show us why it is losing money?
Discount.
Thank you very much. So something somewhere. So you can also calculate for discount. Of course, will not be will not be looking at that today. So we'll not be looking at that today, but you can always plot the the thing for discount somewhere. So this discount now that is here, in relation to the product, the discount that is given, you see the discount that I given for the product. This buying that they are giving a lot of discount, but yet they are still making money. But then, yeah, so for things like table now and bookcases, they want to reduce the discount. So you can see it. So yeah, so those are the ways to look at it. And you can also compare. So what we have done here is, so let me show us one more thing. So this will be the last thing I'll show. So in this one, there is so I'll use shipment date. So I'll say date. I can say date by sales. Right. So this is the one that you can be doing trend. You see, this is in relation to what?
We don't date editing the message in send. All not choosing that the platform.
Is that someone is not muted? So this
Everything I do is open. If I offended you, I apologize.
Lisa, please, can you mute yourself?
Oh, sorry.
okay, no, I muted you. So yeah, so that's that as regards to, you see, this is, you see the line. So of course, this is in I can change it to okay, so this is in measure, but I can change it to dimension. You know, this is here, so I can change the dimension. I can come here, right? This I'll change it to measure. I come to measure, not there, not there. So this lower part is measure, so I can change it to measure down here. So you can see the difference. So you can see it has changed to green, and I can do it per month or quarterly. So monthly, you can see something like this. Sales. I can even do something funny, right? I bring it to the side here, and I can show you, like, I can do a quick calculation for probably the moving average, and I can go into that calculation and mess with this. This is the number of days of moving average. I can set it as 100, and it will give you a better move, a better what do you call it?
Better view.
Not view, but a better analysis, kind of like, so you see, this moving average, what it has done is that it has done the average in terms of every 100 days.
100.
You can see
Okay.
it every 100 days. This one is everyday sales, but this is average of every 100. So you can see that at some point it is now very steady. So here it's looking like, the sales is not doing, it's not good.
It's the yo-yo.
Do you understand? So yeah, so with this, you cannot really say much with this, but this is what they call time series. But there's a way that I can set this, that I can move. I'm going into the formula to change this. There's a way I can set a parameter that all I just be doing is move that parameter by deciding, and it will be changing. So I will quickly show something. Let me I hope I remember my username and password. It's saved. Okay, let me even open this. So we can see that what we are doing is not far off the little things that they are showing you. You can see it's not far off, right? So it's just about detailing, and it's not far off what they are doing. You can easily do this stuff yourself. Of course, this person has put a lot of work in this, because you can see, if you see the background is well color coordinated, and the person has probably done this editing somewhere in PowerPoint or some other application and brought it into Tableau. But you see all these things too now, like you find out that someone can design this circle, and at the back of this circle is where you kept the bar. So you have, when you design something open, and you just put circle, open circle, and behind the bar, there is behind it, you now send the bar behind it. You can do that in Tableau. So sometimes it's not, not what you see someone has done, someone has edited, he has put something on, he has brought in something from a different place and put there. So that's Tableau for you. Those are the reasons why Tableau is really So yeah, so there's nothing in this place that you really cannot do if you settle down. This one is a bar chart that they have removed. Okay, let me show you what this person has done. This one. I'll just show you what it is in the real sense. So I've done this. I've gone to do like say for example, I put my this there, yeah, and I put my profit, and I do this. Okay, let me just use the quick one, and I do this or this way. And all the person has done is that he has removed this, right? And all the lines. And he has put that in his dashboard. So let me go back to that to show you so that you will see that that's exactly where was that? In this browser was I using? So can you see? Can you see? It's exactly that's what the person needs. You see, you can see. So that's what the person did. And now you know that's what the person just did. And you can remove your tooltips if you don't want your tooltip, you don't want anything in tooltip. Thank you very much. Gone. Nothing. So it's all about editing and your detail, your understanding of this thing. So that's why I said if you me, I like to play around with like Tableau, I like to do like design with it. That's me. That is me. That's we're all different, but really at work, if you do design with it, is extra because they have like this thing. So that's that as regards to that. So I don't know if you have. I was thinking that we won't finish early today. So I wanted to show us something quickly. So I'll just open something here. So open. I'm signing already. But I signed it that time. I can't remember that password. Well, okay, yeah. So maybe next I'll show us, or we'll just create that. So what I would, so I'm supposed to, so I want us to do this. So yeah, so I'll just show us something clear. You can also edit your map. So if you come to this place, you can edit your map. You can just go to so you click on background layer, so you can add some things to your map and remove some things from the map. Whatever you don't want. If you want a dark map too, you can give a dark map and things like that. So yeah, so there are so many things that you can do. You can so many editing, so many type of editing. So yeah, so there are so many editing I can do. And it doesn't have to be this color. These colors are not nice. You can do something better. So I would see you have when do you have what do you call it? So I've shown I nobody did you guys understand how to create a dashboard? Hmm?
How to create a dashboard?
Yeah, because I created a dashboard last time. Although it wasn't really a nice
That's
dashboard.
true.
Last week, yeah.
Yeah.
When is your what do you call it, presentation. Because you guys should do what? Sprint 1 presentation now. And it should be every 2 weeks, I think. So there should be a presentation this week. Anyways, so you guys should create a dashboard. And you guys should so what I would say is this: write a story. Write a story. So I'll give you the story. So the first one is that you should give a summary of sales. Now let me just so if I was going to calculate discount is given in percentage. So it will be discount times multiplied by what? By the sales. So I should, this will give you discount. So if I come to sheet 8, I put in this is the sum of discounts. So if I plot this by category, it should give me the discounts. It should give me discount by category. These are the discount by category. These are the discount by item. So bookcase, which discount? Phone. Okay, chair. Let's say we want with the highest discount. So yeah, so for category, binders, for furniture, chair, for technology, phones. So that's the so discount. So if you are going to calculate for the money for discount, so but then again you also want to change those formats. I like to change the format from here so that it will automatically go into the you're not changing it every time. You understand? So I think that's fine. So it has given you so yeah. So I want you to give me a summary of sales, profit, quantities, discounts. I want you to give me that summary, just like I did the last time I showed you guys. That summary. When you have the summary of these things, all the summary, and it can be in tabular form. It can be in tabular form. It can be in this format. You get. It can be in this format. You have what else? It can even be all the it can be. So you have sales. What else do we have? Yeah. So it can be quantity, discount. You can also have average, average of whatever. So these are some of the things. This one is this one here. At the end of the day, is discount. But I don't want to have like 2 discounts there. So discount, but discount, the other discount is in percentage. You get. So yeah. Discount on sales. Yeah, so these are so maybe you can also show profit margin. So I don't know, does anybody know the formula for profit margin? Yeah? Are we tired?
Profit margin should be sales, total sales minus cost.
Yeah, no,
Sales minus total sales minus cost, right?
No, I don't think so. It should be over something. Maybe you should find out. So you should do. So if you are going to do that, you just calculate calculation fee, profit margin. And profit margin is always in percentage. Or so you do it, it's always in percent. Convert it to percentage. Can we see my screen? Yeah, that one is
Yes.
too much formula. That was an easier one, you see. So it's what profit over what revenue. They give you that. So yeah, and it's times, you see, times load. So it gives you times 100 or something. It is in percentage. So, yeah, so when you have that, you can have that, you can have that in this format. You see, I've done it. Now I can spread it all the way so it can fit the entire width. You see, and I'm just giving us like a simple example here. So if I've created, let's say I've created my dashboard now, and I want to use the full automatic, and I want to that large sheet. Just want to put it. So of course I'll have created my containers. I'll have created my containers. So this is the first one I want to put. This is profit. Of course, I don't want to use the entire length. That's what I want to do. So yeah, so I just create a dashboard. You need to create a dashboard for your stuff. So yeah, so those are the visualization. And then create the dashboard. Let's see how you guys will do it. And then maybe the next class I would go in depth. We'll do a project for the next class, a proper project. So I just wanted to run through all these things so that we have like an idea of like all these things. So we'll do a proper project now. Just to familiarize ourselves with the data and see. So we have different things. So yeah, so we also did line charts too. Yeah, so and we see that we can have months, we can have even weeks. This is weeks. We can have days. So even with the days, see how the map is like. It's almost like a frequency map. But with this one, with this kind of trend, you can still give it a pattern. And you can also mess with this further. You can put 200 there. Yes. So, so, okay. So yeah, you can put 200. The more you make, the more fine the line gets. If I mess with it, if I put 300, or if I put 400, so the more fine it is, and I can draw it. But rather than see this one is unexplainable. But if we look to the side now, we can see the money. You can see the money is different here. The sales is different here. So the sales has reduced because it's giving us average sales. So yeah, so these are the things that you can do. These are the things that we can. Now you can see if I merge these two now. Let's say for example I do you can see it, and what I want to do is I want to synchronize it. You see it below. One of the things I'd like to do is I like to change color. Let's say I change this one's color to like red. You can see that line. I can also rather than use line, I can use what's it called? I can use area. You can see. So this is the actual sales, but this is the average. This is the moving average. This is the time period. This is the moving average. So with this one, you can correlate. Okay, the average sales. When it comes to average sales, the average sales you can see in relation to the average. This one is getting to 2K, it's getting to in some months, in some days. But that's not what we are dealing with here. We're dealing with the average every 300 days. And we have an average that is going like this. This is more relatable than this number. Only if you want to check a specific day or some things like that. Yeah. So these are some things that are good to know. So so that's that as regards to today. So do we have any further questions, please? I want to assume you don't have any questions.
This one, I really get class.
Don't worry, we'll do a proper project. We will be doing step by step. But we will do it step by step. Have I lost you or something?
No. There's nothing I can. If I have to look at the video afterwards, I know I will be able to follow.
But do you understand the things that I was talking about? That's what.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and
It's
you guys
making
should
sense.
and you guys should reach out to me in case you don't understand something. Reach out to me. I'm willing to jump on a call with you and just explain to you. We'll set up a time and that works for the two of us, and I'll explain to you about it.
I really wanted to ask Tableau.
Yeah.
Do you use Tableau at work? Because to me, the way even from the, I have quite some idea. I'll say idea anyway, not grounded experience with Power BI, and I see how you can make the whole dashboard look like. But with Tableau, it's more like not so cozy, direct and all. Do organizations although I've seen some organizations using or requesting for Tableau in some of their adverts.
Yeah.
Do you make use of it at work?
No, it depends. So there are some places of work there are some work that you get that don't worry, you're not going to even smell Power BI or Tableau. Excel, you're going to be easy all your life. There are some work like that, and they will put it that they want Tableau, they want Excel, they want Power BI,
Yeah.
and they say they want SQL. There are some that is just SQL. So really, it depends on
The organization.
the organization and depends on the job, the role. Some job they will put this thing, they will put SQL, and when you get there, you will be doing you almost be doing like data engineering. So it actually depends on the job. So what I would say is this: all the things I'm teaching you now, what I would say is this: know all these things, know how to use them, at least know how to use them. When you get to work, there's no job that you get that you will not do small training for you. Even if it's 1 month, they will do training for you. Or if you don't do training,
in line with their expectations, right?
there's no job that you join that will not do training for you.
Okay.
Even if maybe I don't know, maybe managerial role, but roles that even doctor going if a doctor becomes a doctor today, become a doctor under somebody.
Yeah,
You will
still go through some
still go through some training. So
training.
so you do training, you work under someone first, but you must be able to pick on quickly. And I tell you, like even SQL, I still regularly check videos on codes.
Yeah, exactly.
You Google for codes, you check it out.
Yeah,
You can't know
take
everything.
video. No, absolutely. Yeah, okay.
You just have an idea of everything. So even if you do the practical interview, you'll be able to answer the question. You get. So not necessarily, sometimes all those you give the job to all these recruiters and they just put different expectations there.
Expectations, yeah.
and the job itself doesn't have that
Such,
yeah. So yeah.
yeah. No worries.
Okay. Voila. Okay.
Yeah.
Good night, guys. We'll see you next week.
Miss Ayo, before you go, please let me ask. Can we, using Tableau, can we import data directly from SharePoint into Tableau?
Well, yes, you can, but okay, you can, but it's limited. So with Tableau Public, it's limited. What you can import is limited. So like I said, let me see if I can show us. Let's close this one. So we see now what we can connect is limited. But with Tableau desktop, what you can connect to is unlimited. So this one you can only connect from, let me see, sir. I never tried it before. You see, so you need to do some kind of installation. I never tried it before here, but I think maybe you can connect through, you can connect through, you can connect to Google Drive. Those three. Yeah. Web data connector, and you probably old data, and you probably have to do this install connectors. These are some connectors. But if you're using the, if I was on my other system, I'll show you Tableau desktop. With Tableau desktop, you can connect to SQL, you can connect to up to 100.
Other data sources.
You can connect to Amazon, you can connect up to 100 or over 100. So yeah. But with this one, with Tableau, what you can connect to is limited.
It's limited.
Okay, thank you. And the last one is the summary you said you should do. Is that what you did when you got the sales, profit margin, and stuff on sheet 9? Is that what you expect from us?
Yeah, that's what I showed there. That's what I showed there. Yeah, that's what I showed there. But I'm not saying you should do it exactly. I'm just showing you what you can do, so you can play around with it yourself. But just for your own, for your presentation there. So then from there, from the next class we'll do like a proper a full project.
Thank you.
Okay. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for having me.
Good night, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Deji.
Thank you very much.
Good night, sir. Thank you.